I started my small business. I've been posting consistently and I still haven't made a single sale yet. And honestly, that can feel discouraging sometimes. But this early stage has already taught me so much about patience, discipline, and building something from scratch. So if you're building something right now and it feels slow or quiet, this is what I'm learning so far. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I share stories about my small business journey, and if you want to follow along, then don't forget to subscribe. So I just want to talk a little bit about why I started my small business, and that's because I'm a new grad and I felt like as soon as I graduated, the people that graduated with me were moving on in their careers, but I just felt so stuck and I felt so stagnant. And another part of me always wanted to showcase my skills and my creativity. So I just took the leap and I started my small business. I started without all the knowledge, without all the skills, and honestly without all the resources, but I just pushed myself out of my comfort zone and here we are. The thing that I was not ready for was the silence after starting the small business. I honestly thought as soon as I started my small business, I would get at least one sale quite quickly, but I have been doing this for a few months, maybe over a few months now, and honestly I still have not gotten one order, but that is okay. I'm still going and I'm still pushing through because this is more so of a passion and I want to build something that is sustainable. So I am going to continue going despite not getting any orders. I also have noticed a little bit of lower engagement, and honestly, I am quite positive, but there are some times where I feel like, am I even doing this right? Or do I need to take a different approach? But I always remind myself that this is really early into my small business journey. And honestly, right now, it's more so about building my skill set and getting into the rhythm of things and not getting so hooked on the monetary part of it, even though that obviously is important when starting your small business because you are spending money on resources. But I also do want to build the foundation so that I do build a long-term sustainable small business. I don't want to talk too much about why I started the small business or the reality, because I did touch on those in my previous videos, which are linked in the description below. But what I really want to focus on is the lessons that I have learned so far in my early journey of starting my small business. And hopefully that makes you feel less alone if you are very early on in your small business, or if you have kind of feel like you are hitting a plateau, then maybe one or more of these lessons will resonate with you. Lesson number 1 is patience. Building something takes time, and I'm realizing more and more that businesses don't grow overnight, even though it might seem like it on social media. This business is going to take me a while, and I have accepted that, and I'm learning to fall in love with this journey and just practice patience in this journey, and then that will bleed into other aspects of my life as well. Lesson number 2 is discipline and showing up even without results. I haven't gotten a sale yet, but I still show up every day. I try to post a reel, a TikTok, and a YouTube short every day. I am hoping to post one long form YouTube video once a week, and so far that has been going well. And I'm showing up even when no one is watching, because sometimes engagement is low. Sales are sitting at a 0. But I know that this needs to be done to build my small business. Lesson number 3 is I'm learning as I'm going. Everyone starts somewhere, and every post, every product, every video that I am making is teaching me something. It is a part of my learning, and I waited a long time to make sure I was 100% ready to start this small business until I realized that day is never going to come, and I'm just going to have to take the leap. And honestly, I have learned more in my journey than I ever could have without starting, because I just jumped in and I had never made a YouTube video before, but I was learning as I went, and I'm still learning as I go, because there are some new things that I research and apply weekly. Lesson number 4 is progress can be invisible at first. And one thing that I'm learning is that progress at the beginning can be very invisible. I'm not seeing sales yet, but I am learning how to market. I'm learning how to create certain product. I'm learning new skills that can help me in my small business. And even though there isn't that chart that shows you how many sales you're getting or how much engagement you're getting, you are still making progress that you just cannot see at that moment. Lesson number 5 is consistency is so much harder than it looks. I thought that it wouldn't be as hard to manage daily reels, shorts, and TikToks and posting a YouTube video each week, but the thing that makes it the hardest is when you're not seeing those results or you're not seeing the view count or the engagement, then it becomes a lot harder to show up and be consistent. But it's just one of those things that I know I have to do to excel this small business. So even when it's hard, I try to show up the best I can. Lesson number 6 is comparison makes everything feel so much worse. We see videos online of other small businesses doing really well, and it can make you feel behind, but you are just looking at a snippet of their small business and you are not seeing the reality. You do not know how long it actually took them to get to the point that they are now. And that is something that I keep trying to remind myself, is that they are in their chapter 10 and I'm in my chapter 1, and that's okay. And they are my inspiration. And that makes me feel a little bit better knowing that, if they got there and they started from day 1, then that can be me one day too. Lesson number 7 is confidence comes from doing. When I first started, I didn't feel very confident putting things out there, but the more that I created, the more that I started posting, the more voiceovers I started doing, I felt a lot more confidence in myself and my skills. That kind of ties into that invisible progress that, yeah, I didn't make a sale or sometimes my engagement is low, but hey, I am building confidence and I'm continuing to build that foundation for a successful small business. Last, but definitely not the least, lesson number 8 is you learn a lot about yourself. I feel like before starting the small business, I didn't really push myself past my limits too much. Whereas ever since I started this small business, I have been pushing myself. I've been showing up without the results. I've been showing up when it's super quiet. And that has really helped me identify my persistence, my grit, and my discipline. And it's not just building a small business, but it's also building me and building those habits to continue to show up for my small business. If you are starting something right now and it feels slow, I think that's a very normal part of the process. And I just want to give you a reminder to keep going. It's easy to quit in this stage, but you got to believe in yourself and you have to show up for that vision of yours. So I just want to wish you all the best if you are in your small business journey at the moment. Right now, I haven't made a sale yet, but I'm going to keep showing up and documenting this journey. So subscribe to follow along. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.